Cicely Tyson passed away. It was deeply moving for me. I loved Cicely Tyson dearly. She was a dear friend to myself, to Mrs. Butts, to our entire church. I described her as a diva with grace. She carried herself as an actor of great renown. She didn't take a back seat to anyone. She would not prostitute her gifts. She wouldn't sell herself to the highest bidder. She wouldn't take any role just to make the dollar. She sacrificed because of that. But she was a woman of great dignity, great spiritual strength, great faith. She had a place in our church where she would sit. She bought that pew in memory of her mother. We don't sell pews so that people can sit in them, but she donated to our church, and she asked that when she was here and she could sit there, and of course we agreed. But she would come to church often, and you wouldn't even know she was here. She would not be spectacular as she can be. She would just sit in the back and worship God. She was here every Sunday she could be when she wasn't working, traveling. She was a good member. And you know my expression, if your religion won't take you to church, it is doubtful it will take you to heaven. I believe she is enjoying the peace of heaven. Cicely Tyson will be missed. Just last Thursday, she drifted here to do a interview with Gayle King. We saw her then and embraced and talked for a while. And at the end of the interview, Gayle King asked Cicely Tyson, when the time comes, what do you want us to remember about you? And Ms. Tyson answered and said that I did my best. That I did my best. So 96 years of living a glorious life. And her memoir, Just As I Am, is coming out. And you can pay tribute to Cicely by getting a copy of that memoir. And it is currently sold out on Amazon, but we wait word from the publisher, HarperCollins, when the book will become available again. And it's some story, beloved. I mean, you know, she's just wonderful. And reading her story will give encouragement and inspiration to generations of young men and women, particularly those who are in the arts. So our hearts are broken and we are saddened, but she lived a triumphant life. She was God's gift to us. We've had many celebrities who attended our church faithfully and religiously, many who have demonstrated great faith. Among them was one like Moms Mabley. Thank you, Whoopi Goldberg. Moms Mabley. Moms was a good member. She would sit to the left here, to my left, your right, in the balcony. A good member and a great artist. And so, beloved, I thank you for your prayers, your calls, and we are working with the family, and we will have the final information for you, as you can imagine, in this season of COVID, and as popular as she was, it's taking the family a moment to get everything together. And if you look at our website, you see that we are also mourning the passing of the baseball great, Henry Hammerin' Hank Aaron. I know his widow very well, Sister Billy Aaron. She's a member of the Friendship Church there in Atlanta. She's been here to worship, and we send our love and our prayers out to her as we do to the daughter and family of Cicely Tyson.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have to say that this is a position that I never expected to find myself in, that I relish coming here on Sunday morning whenever I could, and sitting in the third pew, which is named for my mother, and enjoying you. Yeah? But you decided to turn the tables on me. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about myself. There were three of us in our family. I'm the middle child. My brother was older, and I had a younger sister. That I am now the sole surviving member in my whole entire family, when I was not supposed to live past 8. I am now 93 years old. And the only reason I believe that I'm still here is that he's not quite finished with me yet. Otherwise, I can't. We were brought up in the church. We went to church from Sunday morning till Saturday night. We attended church like Sunday. I played the organ. I taught Sunday school, had evening service. Monday, we had young people's meeting. Tuesday, old people's meeting. Wednesday, we gathered together to try to introduce young children to the way of God. Thursday, we had club meeting. Friday, I sang and rehearsed the choir. And Saturday, we cleaned the church. I decided at one point that if I ever lived to become a woman, I would never enter the portals of church again. And here I am, standing in the pulpit of one of the greatest churches in the world. And I didn't have a thing to do with it, you understand?
Hundreds of mourners lined in the New York City block in Harlem on Monday to pay their respects to Cicely Tyson at a public viewing. On a wintry New York morning, admirers of the pioneering black actress lined up outside the famous Abyssinian Baptist Church. Some said they had come from as far as Atlanta or Los Angeles. Many in the multi-generational crowd held photos of Tyson, who died on 28th of January, aged 96. Her family said masks and social distancing would be required at the viewing.
It's important to be here because Cicely Tyson was such a legend, such a strong, amazing woman. So it's important that I pay my respects and pay homage to someone who broke down so many barriers so that I could just keep propelling in my life and become the woman that I want to be.
She's a leader for women and black people, so it's very important.
This is history. This is legendary. Cicely, her passion, her purpose, her drive. Although I've never met her, of course, because she's a celebrity, but you can feel her passion and her legacy.